Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Elto Cockerel. Today, Friday, the 6th of December. Oh, we're into December. I said good evening, didn't I? Start with, I was going to say good morning to the people across the other side of the Atlantic, and good evening. It says good afternoon here, but good evening to those people down under, and a very early good morning to some of these people as well. And the one thing I wish you all is I hope everybody is well. I can see we've got some people in the chat already that have not been feeling 100%. And for those people, if you're still not feeling 100%, I continue to wish you a speedy recovery in your battle against ailments. I've been trying to see who's in the chat as I've been going through, or as it's been preparing for the show, to see who's here so I can add the people straight into the show, which makes it easier for me because today we're kind of stacked. Today we've got to do week 14's catch up and week 15's predictions. So I think I've got everybody in the chat so far. That's in the group, but we'll say hello to everyone anyway. And I'm going to steam ahead today. So you've got Big John was first in. Says afternoon, marching together. You're one of those people that's been under the weather, John. I hope you are feeling better. Graham, Adrian says good afternoon, Jose Tal. Good afternoon. Johnny Bethnal Green, afternoon, Diehards and Big John, and afternoon, Jose Giza. Then you've got Lee Wiz is here. I've just seen Jimmy Hotspur is here, so I'm going to add Jimmy Hotspur because I haven't seen his name. Let me just add Jimmy into it. Jimmy Hotspur. I add Jimmy into it. That's got Jimmy there. Pick up Jose in chat. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jimmy, sir. I hope you're well. Lee Wiz. Graham. Good afternoon, sir. David Shears here. Good morning. Good morning. No, it's good evening. It's coming. No, it must be 7 minutes past midnight for you now, surely. G'day, Jose. Churchill, AK Godfather. Haha. Saw the wartime speech on TikTok. Haha. Brilliant. Oh, that's somebody else put that on there. It wasn't me. Someone asked me to do that. Against my better judgment, I did. To help them out, that was to help them out. Who else we got? So Johnny Bethnal Green. I did ask the question to see how many points you guys got this week. Big John says you got 8, and do you know what? I'm having to flip between two screens because I have got week 14 and I've got a week 15 because obviously we are doing today's ones as well. So if I open up 14 and open up 15, I'll be able to tell because I can normally tell what you guys have got. So Big John says he thinks you got 8. There's Big John. No, Big John, there was no 8 for you this week, mate. Daniel Coy says he's as well. Mr. Coys, did you get 8? Let me have a look for you, Mr. Coys. Mr. Coys, yes, you did get 8. Johnny, big time Vasco, says he thinks he got 3. No, Johnny, you did not get 3. Who else we got here? Anyone saying what they've got? Lee Whiskid says, I'd be amazed if I got any, to be honest. Any could be any number. So I can't really tell you. You scored points, but you know, any could be anything. Kuba says, big up all. I can't see me making up any ground on you this week, Daniel. Daniel says, small downs to you, Daniel, by the way. It says, bloody hell, if Jose got a lot to do, it has the results show and the prediction show combined. Yeah, I've double stacked. This is what I mean. In order to continue playing this competition, we're going to have weeks like this where we've got games in midweeks and all sorts. December's going to be a busy month, so hopefully I can keep up and keep everybody involved and keep up to date with all the matches. It's a lot of work, but we'll try and get there because otherwise we have got no game to play. So I can see that Ronnie's here now, so I'm saying good afternoon to Ronnie as well. Who else we got? We got Finn's here. Says big up Jose in the chat. Good afternoon, Finn. Destiny 5 says Coys. Daniel Coy says, I'll be honest, Kuba, maybe I had a little look at your predictions on the Predict the Prem, mate. Carl Simpson's here. Afternoon, gents. Let's hope we can all get through this. I hate football right now. I hate football right now. There's a song there somewhere, I think. Ronnie says, hello, Jose, and everyone in the chat. Good afternoon, Ronnie. Paul G's here. Good afternoon, Paul. Jesse's here. Good afternoon, Jesse. Have I got anyone? Mikey Romero. I can see Mikey Romero. So let me add Jesse and Mikey Romero to the show. So Jesse's there. So add Jesse up now. And then we got Mikey R. Mikey Romero. Where's Mickey Romero? Mickey Romero. Mickey Romero. Mikey Romero. Ah, oh, where are you, lad? Where are you? I've got you somewhere around here because you were in the show last week. There we are. Mikey Romero's there. And we add Mikey Romero into the show. Yes. Let's see. Gita is here. Says, hi, Jose, and hi all to the chat. That was a tough game. Whoops. That was a tough game like watched last night. We were pants for sure. Neil is here. So I've got to add Nita and Neil. Good afternoon, Jose, my fellow prediction hopefuls, plus any Spurs sufferers. So I've got Nita and Neil to add to the show. There's Nita. Found Nita there straight away. And I should be able to find Neil because he was in the show last week as well. Neil is here. Let me add Neil to the show. There's a few of you. That's good. That's good to see. There we have got a few of you. Potato Stew's here. Hello, everyone. I think I may have 8 points. So Potato thinks he got 8. Potato, I will tell you in a minute whether you did or whether you didn't. Potato Stew. Let me go back to this week and look for the potato. The potato, you did, in fact, 8 points this week. So you are correct. People are getting better at this, aren't they? People are getting better at knowing what points they got. Yeah, 1 more hour off work, then off for the weekend. So can't complain, says Paul G. I got 5 points this week, says Mikey Romero. Terrible week. Mikey R, you didn't score 5 points, Mikey R. Carl Simpson says he got less than 8. I can't confirm or deny. I can only tell you a number if you can tell me the number. I barely got anything, says 3. Says Kuba. Kuba. Right, Kuba, you definitely didn't score 3. Nita says she thinks she got 6 points. Let me see, Nita. Let me see. Nita. Up and down we go to find Nita's name. Nita's there. Nita, you did get 6 points. Ryan G's here. Good afternoon, Ryan. Let's add you. Bobby K, I'm going to come to you in a second as well. I'm going to add you to the show. Ryan G's here. And Bobby K. Senor Bobby K. My partner in crime on yesterday's pump-up show. Always my partner in crime on the pump-up show. We are criminals, but only we're on the pump-up show. Right, Ryan G and Bobby K. Flexing his 3-month membership, says, big up Jose in chat. Jose, you the man doing this. I certainly am. David, gotta go, Jose in chat. Night all up 48 hours. Dad's fine. Out hospital on antibiotics and steroids. Thank you for all your support. No worries whatsoever, Mr. Shear. I said to you, you need to get some kip. And I hope you get some rest, mate. You certainly do need it. Alan is here. Alan, Mr. Rakdos Madness. Really nice doing the show with him the other day. Got an insight on American sports people, which was really, really good. I hope people enjoyed it. I will add Alan to the show now. So that's Alan. That's another one we've added in. Who else we got? We got anyone else here? Big up John. Bigging up each other. God, they're all talking to each other, these people. Sean Slater's here saying, Jose, good afternoon, Sean. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. And the coach's corner says, last time I do a watch along to you lot. I guess you're in the show, Hannah, and I've not gotten any idea of what that means. You obviously understand what you mean behind it. I don't, I'm afraid, but I've read it out anyway. Who else have we got here? Daniel Coy says, I know for a fact. Daniel Coy, he's the old he's the old conspiracy theorist, old Daniel. Look, I know for a fact Graham got a decent score because I weren't snooping and looking at his predictions on Predict the Prem. Okay, fair enough. Jamie's here. Jamie, hello, Jamie, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you and Sean stay around to play the game because it would be good to get more people on. Coach says I got the high score of 4 points. So Hannah, you think you got how many points? You think you got 4? Hannah, what did Hannah get? No, Hannah, you didn't get 4. Carl Simpson says 5. No, Carl, you did. I'll go back and look at Carl's again. Carl's going to give me all these numbers under the sun. He gave me a number earlier. I said no, and I'm going to say no to Carl again on this one. You can't have 15 guesses. Ronnie says he's done as bad as Spurs this week. 3 points for Ronnie. Nah, Ronnie, you're wrong as well. You haven't got 3 points. Let me have a look. Who we got? All right, Garside, says Jamie. Jose, don't add me. About to go physio. We'll have to send comments later. Thank you. All right, Bobby. No worries at all. It's done. Mr. David Clark is here. Good afternoon, David. I will add you to the show and we'll take Bobby K out. Take Bobby K, stick him there for a second and put Mr. Clark into the show. So, Clarky, you're in the show, son. Mr. Clark, you're in the show. Right. Right, we needed it. Right. 9 ain't crap. What, too long? Right, so without further ado, then we'll go into it. I've got the people that I believe are here at the moment. We'll say for those that want to know, we've got quite a few missing at the moment. Let me just move these down so I've got these all up. Got quite a few missing, but Ian Meff's here. Good afternoon, Ian. He was one of the people that I was missing. Let me add Ian into the show. Gus Parker's here. Oh, these people have been silent and now they've appeared. Mr. Meth is here. Gus Parker is here. Let me add Gus to the show as well. Got quite a bit to do because I've got to give you the results and do this week's ones. So, right, are we ready, people? Right, that means I have to travel back to the last one, which is there. Right, so as we start always, it's on Predict the Prem. So I'm going to go to Predict from the Prem first. Stream your studio. Right. No. Right, Predict the Prem. Predict the Prem is as such. I think we still got the same leader that we had last week, if I remember rightly, because I had a quick look at this. Yes, Graham is in the lead with an 11-point lead over Destiny 5. Now, for some reason, Destiny seems to have done all right this week, but only put one prediction in our game. Danny's jumped. He's into 3rd. Sheriff's in 4th now. Spurs is in 5th. Mr. Belcher, 6th. Chris Peters and Ronnie are 7th and 8th with the same amount of points, though. And you've got Ryan and Coover both on 99 points. Kevin Clark and Nate Pine, 98. Ed M on 94. Rakdos Allen's on 93. So in this shows you how much changes. Allen was a previous leader. Kevin Clark has been a previous leader. Chris Peters has been a previous leader. Rob Belcher has been a previous leader. The Sheriff has been a previous leader. And now we've got Graham as a leader. So you've got about 8 different people that have led this in the 14 weeks that this has been going on. So, well done you. Whoops, my bottle of water's flying. Well done you. As you can see, when you go further down the league, some people haven't played. There's still lots of games to. There's still lots of points. We're probably about a third, just over a third of the way into the season on this at the moment. So well done, Graham, for first spot, and well done everyone that got points this week and that took part. Right, get that one out of the way, and then we can go on to Fantasy Premier. Just got to find the league table for this, and I can show you that as well. So these games are self-sufficient, so you should be able to go add the whatever you need to do, make your changes in that. But we have a new leader in this one. God, I didn't realise that. We have a new leader. We have a new leader. Let me get this up. And the new leader probably knows that he's a new leader. Because as I said, you can check this one at your own leisure. All right, let's have a look. And as I always do it, I always go from bottom upwards. So let me just open the league up and get it all on screen for you guys. There we go. Right, so right, here we go. Just as we do this, I can see Nigel, because I'm going to check. I can't stop as I have food just in the car right before I hit Tesco. Other supermarkets are available. Much love, Coys. Destiny, you didn't put your predictions in. You gave me one prediction and then I didn't receive any more from you. You're not the only one. There's a few people that tell me that they put them in and they weren't there. YouTube was playing up. I kept telling people, YouTube's playing out. Try and find another way of putting them in or on another stream. And nobody did because I get alerts from whenever a comment is made. And if you haven't got any predictions in, it's because you didn't put them in and YouTube didn't provide them to me. Can you do a South African game next week for the bonus games? Destiny 5, you want to go 2-1 across the board today? It's your call. It's your call. Spurs GCP says, I think I have every injured player in the Premiership in my fantasy team. Drula's here. Let's add Drula to the show. Drula, you're just in time. I was just about to show. Oh, no, I'm currently Drula on. All right, let me add Drula. Drula, I am currently in just about to show the fantasy. Right, the fantasy is as such. So in the fantasy league, we are so down near the bottom because there's 59 people playing this game. James loves Spurs. I don't know whether he changes his team much, but he got 69 points this week, so he's got lots of points. Mark Oliver and Tigara haven't moved. They're on 52 and 48 points. So Hill has gone down, 46 points. Colin went up got 64 points this week and has gone up. Destiny 5 has got 54 points and gone up. Joris got 47 points and went up to 53rd. The Sheriff for Mark Cousins, 33 points, has gone down to 52nd. And Julie loves Cootie. So Julie Severs, 43 points into 51st. And then we have the movers and shakers here are the ones in green. So Ben Kaufman, expected to lose 58 points this week, has taken him to 47th. Leo, with his team with 47 points this week, took him into 45th. Expected to lose, John Clark, 72 points this week, quite high, took him to 39th. Low cross for Zoe, got 73 points and took her to 38. The quad is on for Carl Simpson, got 70 points and took him to 37th. Alan Rakdos Madness with Tottenham Team Go got 77 points this week and took him to 35th. Earn Your Spurs, Chris Peters, 69 points, took him into 33rd. Graham, 68 points, took him into 30th. Jose Garcia, that reprobate, 70 points, took him to 29th. Dave Williams got 64 points, which took him into 28th. AJ got 77 points, which took him into 25th. Kuva, 87 points for Kuva. That's big time points. I think that might be the most points that I can see in this league this week. 87 points took him into 22nd. Milton's sunny side up got 68 points and took him to 19th. Phil Coy's with Angie's Army got 71 points, took him to 16th. Neil Ogilvie got 82 points as well, same as Coos, and took him to 15th. Ronnie's team, 88 points, took him to 12th. Wow, there's some big points this week from some of you lot. Brendan Tull, 11th, 79 points has taken him to 11th. Ped Vessel, 79 points has taken him into 8th. Tot Josh got 84 points and took him to 6th. Also broke the 800 barrier from 6th upwards. In 4th place, Blake with 71 points took him to 4th place. Marlon last week's, and he's been the leader for quite a while. He's dropped into 5th, only scored 35 points this week. Side Dancer, 68 points, has taken him into 2nd. But Ryan, Ryan, the Wolves' #1 fan and secret Tottenham supporter, 76 points into 1st place. That is a difference and a half there, isn't it? 41-point difference. Marlon and Ryan had the same amount of points last week, and that's a 41-point difference. What was Marlon's team this week? Just out of curiosity. Marlon lost Gabriel to injury. Welbeck was injured, so he was out. Ricardo's out. So that's why he only got 35 points. Who did he captain? Oh, he had Haaland, his captain, who got him 10. So the only one that would have got him more points than that would have been Palmer. Palmer doubled his points to 14. He would have only got an extra 4 points with that team. In fact, looking at the team on paper, like I'm looking at them now, looks quite a poor sight, to be honest, but there we go. But well done, Ryan. Ryan G, you're flying, boy. Well done. Who else have we got here? Who's saying what? Yeah, Nigel, leave him in after the show. There's three bonus games this week. 3 bonus games, just to let you know. We have Daniel Sandoval is here. Good afternoon. Daniel Sandoval says good afternoon to all love one familia. Ryan G says I put Jackson and Jimenez in, and neither of them started for FFS, so could have really been a good week. Jimmy Talks Football says retire from the FPL, Jose. I'll put my predictions in the comments as I'm at work. Big up. Fantastic. Retire from the FPL, Jose. I'm not sure whether you're talking about I'm having to retire you. You're the one that's holding up the table. But you scored well this week, though. Edem is here. Let me add Edem to the show today. Edem. A Side Dancer is here. Sai, I've just done the FPL, mate. I think you've gone 2nd on the FPL. Well done, you, sir. So, yeah, it's just a reminder to everybody, FPL and Predict the Prem. Premiership games are back tomorrow, so make sure you sort your teams out and get your predictions in for them online games. Right, so with that being said, I'm going to go back to this week's midweek games. Right, where is the banners for it? Right, I need to take Daniel Sandoval's comment off. I need to star the last comment there so I know where I am for when I have to come back. Now, what I will do is we'll bring up the fixtures, the week 14. Week 14, everyone. People a bit dubious about how they've done. These are the scores on the door. Oh, shit, let me take away that. These are the scores on the doors for last week. And I will go through them. Suffice to say, I'll just let you know now so people are aware before I continue with this. By the time you look at all the points, the average this week is 5.8. 5.8 is the average for points. And only 3 people got into double figures this week. Only 3 people got into double figures this week. Yeah. So the first game was Ipswich versus Crystal Palace, which ended up 0-1. And the people that correctly predicted this were Mikey Romero and Kuva. Mikey Romero and Kuva were the only 2 that predicted the correct score. Anyone that has orange would have scored 1 point for getting the away score, but not getting the right result. The second game was Leicester 3, West Ham 1. And with that, you can see it's quite sparse, the oranges and the greens. Not one person predicted the 3-1 victory. The next game, Everton 4, Wolves 0. If you've got an orange, you've done well. There were no greens. It's the third game in. There's a few oranges, but there was no greens. Then we've got Manchester City 3, Nottingham Forest 0. And the people that correctly predicted this were yours truly, Graham, Gus Parker, Adrian, and Dan Coys. All predicted the 3-0. The game after that, no surprise, was Newcastle 3, Liverpool 3. And in that, you got a few people that went for a draw in that game, but no one predicted the 3-3. So you got 1-alls in there. You got 2-alls. So you got a few 1-alls and a few 2-alls. There's a lot of white in that column because not people didn't predict draws. Southampton versus Chelsea ended up being 1-5 scoreline, and one person got the correct scoreline, and that was Ronnie. Ronnie's the only person that predicted 1-5. So it's the only green for the Southampton Chelsea game. Other people who predicted Chelsea away are in orange. The game after that ended up being Arsenal 2, Manchester United 0. I was gagging for them to score another goal so I could get the green, but they only scored 2, the Gits. But Graham got that correct. He went for a 2-0 victory. So did Johnny Vasco and Adrian. And so did Kuva and Paul G. All had the 2-0 victory for Arsenal. So all got greens beside them. The next game, Aston Villa 3, Brentford 1. And in this, the correct predictions went to Carl Simpson, Brian G. And then on the next page, it would have been Spurs. And that's it. Anyone else in orange has predicted the Aston Villa win, but not by the correct score. Then we went in Fulham Brighton. That also ended up 3-1. I had 2-0. And up until the 90th minute, I was laughing. It was 2-0. And there was 2 goals scored in the last 7 minutes of the game that took it to 3-1. So, did anyone have the 3-1 victory? No. Right. So what you've got is there's the game there. And you had people that had the home win. But the majority of people went for a 2-1 victory rather than a 3-1. I think, in fact, everybody in that game that predicted the home win predicted. Oh no, I tell a lie. No, it is. Everybody went for 2-1. Everyone that got an orange went for 2-1, and it ended up being 3-1. God, did I do something wrong? I know I had a 1-1 draw in that game. What am I talking about? Sorry, wrong. I'm wrong. The game that I'm referring to was Leicester West Ham, is where I had the 3-1, and it was 2-0 to the 90th minute. And then there was 2 goals in the last 7 minutes. The next game is Bournemouth Tottenham. Ended up being last night's game. Was it last night they played? Yeah, last night. 1-0 to Bournemouth. And in that, I don't think anybody got the correct score. There were 6 people that went for a Bournemouth victory. So the 6 people would get a point, but no one actually got the correct score. And then we come to what sometimes are people's saviours, like Dan said earlier. And that was Leyton Orient beat Bristol Rovers by 3-0. And in that, there was a person, Johnny Bethnal Green, correctly predicted the 3-0 win and was the only person to predict it. Anyone else that predicted a home win would have an orange against them, but Johnny BG was the only one that predicted the correct score. And then we had Ajax 2, Utrecht 2. And in this, you had Tigaro, David Clark, Ian Meth, and Graham all predicted the correct score. Anyone else that's predicted the draw will be in orange, which there wasn't many. There wasn't many. There's only 2. It looks like there's only 2 others. And it was. There was only 2 others that predicted the draw. So Andy LUFC got a point, and so did Colin, because they predicted a draw. And then the last game of the week was Lazio beating Napoli 3-1 in the Cup. And for that, again, nobody got the correct prediction. And the handful of people, there's a bit more than a handful of people, the 7 or 8 people that got the Lazio win got an orange. Yeah. So the average, again, I think the average, what did I say the average was? Was it 5.8? So the average for this week was quite low. The average for this week is 5.8. So anything from 6 and above, you're average and above, well, you're above average from 6 and above. That's what you got this week. And for that being said, so just to go down before I read the league tables, it just means that Jose got 8 points this week. Tigaro got 7. David Clark 9. Carl Simpson double figures 10. Ian Meth 8. Graham double figures 11. And there's only 3 people this week. Ronnie got 6. David Shear 3. Potato 8. Jesse 5. Ryan G 9. Gus Parker 7. Ed M 4. Nita 6. Colin Blackshaw 5. Mikey Romero 7. Neil got 5. Andy LUFC got 2. Side Dancer got 5. Queen Ellie got 5. Johnny Vasco got 9. Adrian, top scorer this week with 12. Redeemed himself after his faux pas last week. Colin 5. Rinketic 5. Destiny got 0. Only put 1 prediction in. Jimmy Talks Football 7. Drula 6. Raw 5. That's Richard. Matthew Harrison 1. Vindaloo got 8. Peter Gagaias 5. Kuva 9. Totspurs 8. Big Bad John 7. Ashby 8. Alan 4. Rob Belcher 4. Hanno 5. Chris Peters 4. Nick 6. Stacy 3. Dan 6. Lee Wiz 4. Paul G 7. Dan Coy's last week's leader 8. Jim 4. Chang 3. Kate 5. Nick 3. Smithy 3. Quez 4. So they're your points so far for the week. Right, let me just get across to the league table and I can catch up with the chat and what you lot are saying, and I can look at the league table as well before I bring it up. So, chat, what are you saying? What are you saying, chat? Right, I did highlight this up further up. So, internet problems, says Ian Meth. Grant Packham is here. Grant, well done. Carl Simpson says, Jesus, I got 10 points. Paul G says, where's my scores? Graham cut my lead to 3 points now. You definitely got my attention now, mate. You have an enemy now. I see them 7. Not a good week. 9, says Ryan G. Remember, the average of 5.8. So 6 and above gets you average and above. 5 points. At least I'm doing good in the fantasy league, says Size Dancer. Dan, this is the only league that counts now, says Spurs GCTV. Daniel Coy says, Graham, now you're going to make me have to use my plan B now, mate. Johnny Bethnal Green, Leyton Orient. Where am I on that list, says Drula. D Real. Okay, so Drula's changed her name to D Real. Okay. Why are Spurs so Persian? No need to answer. Who else we got? Back on, says Ian. Right. We go for the let me go. Like league table from 88th to 105th we start with. And 88th to 105th. So maybe I'll take off that banner down the bottom for the time second so you can see it. Right. 88th to 105th. Matthew Harrison scored a point last week, which moves him up to 102nd. Anyone in green, it means you moved up the table. Anyone in blue means that it's your first week at playing this competition. So therefore, you've got Stacey's gone straight into 99th out of 105 players. Please remember, more than welcome anyone new players today. You're more than welcome to play. Everyone's in it to win it. You're more than welcome to play. When we do the predictions for this week. From 59th to 87th are as follows. Rinketic has gone into 84th. Dan, the Spurs podcast, Carl from the Spurs podcast has gone into 79th. Andy, LUFC Till I Die, has gone into 70th. All the other places, like I said, if you haven't moved or you've dropped down, you're going to be in white. So from 58th to 30th, we have Jim goes into 56th. Ash P into 51st. Kate into 50th. The Potato into 48th. Vindaloo into 46th. Side Dancer, you've gone up into 45th. Colin is up to 42nd. Queen Ellie is up to 40th. Nick, 37th. Nita, 32nd. And Raw is War Richard into 31st. So that means the top 29 look as such. Jimmy Talks Football, 27th. Mikey Romero into 24th. Drula has gone up into 22nd. And then you've got Colin Blackshaw into 17th. Paul G, 16th. Big Bad John into 15th. Johnny Bethnal Green has jumped into 13th. David Clark to 12th. Tot Spurs has gone into 9th. Adrian into 7th. Ian Meff has jumped into 6th. Carl Simpson has gone ahead of me into 4th. And then the top 3 are Cuba. Quiero bailar la salsa is in 3rd place on 143. Only 9 points behind Dan. Dan had a pretty lead a few weeks ago. And Graham has stormed. The last 3 weeks have been absolutely fantastic. I think, Graham, if you remember rightly, you scored double points in all of the last 3 weeks. Has gone up to 149, and Dan Coys is in the lead with 152. So well done, you guys. This week, you've got a chance to make a change in that. The thing is, the reason why we're not seeing so many greens is there's so many people are playing that it's difficult to jump. If everyone's getting like, you've got to make a difference in your points. If you're scoring like 6 points and your competitors are scoring 5 points, you've only made a point up on them. But if your competitors are scoring 5 and you're scoring 9, making up 4 points gives you a chance of climbing that table. So it's quite tight, to be honest. But yeah, Graham is storming it, mate. Graham's doing well. But can I say a noticeable mention? Let me just show that again, because what the noticeable mention is, which I haven't mentioned yet, is a big well done to Mikey Romero and Lee Smithy Smith in 24th and 25th have both broken the 100 mark. So we now have 25 players who have broken the 100 mark. I said to you, people will be able to do it and people will continue to do it. The next people that are hovering around there now, Peter Kagaias, 2 points away from it. Jimmy Talks Football has a good week. He's on 92. Hanno's not far, he's on 91. You've got the Wiz on 80, 89, Tigara 88. Richard, Nita, Nige, and Gus and Bobby K all in the 80 point in a hype, all in the 80 point bracket, 20 points away from getting to 100. In the 70s, you've got Roundtable, Chang, DJ, Ellie in the 70s, in the 60s. It just shows you can catch up, that you can get to the 100 points quite quickly. So well done to those two for breaking the 100, and well done to everyone for your predictions this week. Let me have a look. Let me have a look what it says here, because people are writing as I'm. David Shear changed your name. How did he do that? Only you can change your name. He can't change it for you. Yeah, Adrian, last week, for people that don't remember, Adrian thought there was a mistake with the show on Friday, and he thought it was on Saturday for some reason. So he didn't do his predictions on Friday at all. And then when we did do his predictions on Friday, he only got a few in for last week. So he ended up scoring like 1 point or something like that. And this week he's made up for it. This week he actually came to the show on Saturday, put his predictions in, and he got the 12. He got the biggest points in the week. So well done, Adrian. He's back again. Guess who's back? Adrian. 16th, I'm climbing, says Paul G. Big John says, I'll take that. Carl Simpson says he's on the attack. Daniel Coy says he's finally at 150. Ryan G, back in the top 3 in all competitions. A good week for Ryan G, says. Rinketic, hi Jose. The points for this week, can you send those to me? I don't send them. I just show them on the show, Rinketic. Ed M, I just can't get out of 21st place. Not happy. Ed M 21st. So basically, the nearest person to you above you is 3 points ahead of you. So in order to get ahead of them, that's just what I'm saying. Because there's so many people playing, it's quite stacked where you've got to have a really good week against your opponents and get 14 or 15. So get 4 or 5 points lead on them. And then if you continuously do it and you start climbing, it's quite it's quite it's quite easy to get the points. You just got to get the right scores in. Yeah, we all got to do that. And out, Meth, Dan, Coover, Graham, and Adrian in. Better week than what I thought. I'd take it, says Mikey Romero. Senor Kegayas. Hello, Peter. How are you, sir? Says hi all. 3:46 a.m. in Melbourne. I take it that because you're putting the time in and it's that time, Peter, you are currently at work. So I hope your shift goes as well as can be, my friend. Mikey Romero says 16 correct predictions is good. Jose, I pay you in the back, Ryan, so I can rig it. Rinketic, you're not doing badly. For you started out, you're not doing badly. You're already climbing. Daniel with his plan B tactics, says Drula. Right, we got that right. So Drula, where's the plan B now? So I think I've got everybody that's in the show. And if that's the right, and I've got everyone that's in the show, we can start doing this week's predictions. So we'll start doing this week's predictions then. So that's the show to show you where we were up until last week. I will now divert and jump onto the new predictions. So, with that being said, the first game of the weekend is Everton versus Liverpool, please, people. What say you? Give me scores and predictions for Everton v Liverpool. New players, you're more than welcome to join in. You're more than welcome to join in. DC's the first one in, and he's coming in with 0-3. Right, 0-3. Just got to remember to put the show onto subscription only now, because I only do this for subscribers, don't I? So, let me just change this for a second while you lot are putting your scores in. Right, so it's gone into sub-only mode. So if you want to play, you need to be subbed, which is the only thing I say, because otherwise there's a lot of work to do for people that don't bother subbing to the channel. So, right, with that being said, let me get out of that. And that's not bad. I've lost a subscriber since we started the show, which is brilliant. Yeah, go on, you hamburgers. Right, we have David Clark at 0-3. Ed M at 0-2. Who's after Ed M? I've got Carl Simpson at 1-3. I have Johnny Bethnal Green at 1-4. El Vasco has spoken. 1-4. Drula. D Real. Drula. 1-3. Jesse 1-3. Grant's playing live, so I need to add you, Grant. We find you because Grant is playing live. Grant. And Grant has gone for 1-3. Side Dancer has gone for 0-5. Adrian 1-0. Ratdos 0-3. Adrian 1-0. Neil 0-3. Neely 0-3. Big Bad John 1-3. Nita 1-3. Nita 1-3. Potato Stew 2-2. The potato at 2-2. Lee Wiz 1-2. Lee Wiz 1-2. Gus Parker 0-1. Where's Gus P? Gus P 0-1. Tot Spurs is here. Good afternoon, Daz boy. I hope you're well, son. Tot Spurs. Let me find Tot Spurs. Tot Spurs. Is going for a 1-2. Daniel Coys 0-2. Daniel Coys 0-2. Ryan G 0-2. Ryan G. And if you haven't done so, please hit the like button. It helps me keep alive because today I've got a stacked show. Stacked show today. Right, Colin Blackshaw, good afternoon, has just joined us. Good afternoon, Colin. I hope you're well. And you are coming in with a 1-3. Rinketic has come in with a 1-4. Let me see. Rinketic Sport Agenda. Put Rinketic into the program. There we go. A 1-4. And then we have, I'll change my name back. Don't want to confuse you. No, you're Ben. Ben's here. Good afternoon, Ben. Drula, keep your name the way it is, man. No problem at all. It's just, yeah, it kind of threw me when I first saw it. Ben, 17-4. And Mr. Kaufman, bring him into the show now. Let's get Mr. Kaufman in. Where's Ben? Ben. There he is. Put Ben into the show. There we go. We got Benny boy in the show as well. Right. Who else we got? Ronnie 1-3. Ronnie 1-3. Jimmy Hotspur 0-2. Paul G 0-2. And Mikey Romero, Paul G 0-2. Mikey Romero 0-3. Destiny 5 2-1, he said, didn't he? So Destiny 5, probably a busy person, wants to do the same as Roundtable Talk does. Although Nick changed the way he played last week. Coach's Corner. Hannah says, we'll send my Prem predicts later. I have to look at the stats and so the bonus games I will submit. Okay, if you have to look at the stats, that's down to you. Right, so I am missing Spurs GCTV, Kuva, Finn, Hanno. So Hanno's not here, so I'm taking Hanno out. Right, so let me think. And Ian Meth. They're the ones I missed. Unless have I missed them saying, and it's my fault that I haven't seen them, or right, we'll go back up. Right, so the first prediction was David Clark. So I'm looking for Spurs GCTV, Kuva, Finn. Spurs GCTV, Kuva and Finn. Right. Spurs GCTV, Kuva, Finn. And Ian Meth. Ian's not giving me one either. Ian says everyone. Is all he said in his word. He just said everyone. And the other people I'm currently looking, I can't see any. Spurs GCTV, I can see your comment, but I can't see your score. 0202. Okay. 02 for Ian. 02 for Graham. And nothing for Kuva. Right, okay. So Finn, I'm taking it Finn's not here anymore. So let me take Finn out of the show. I think Finn's not here. Right, now I need to adjust this. I don't know whether Kuva is around or not. Cut. And paste that. Cut. And paste that. Right, okay, I'm going to move on without Kuva. Right, Everton, Liverpool. I'm going to go for, and I haven't done my scores yet, so I'm going to have to do these live off the hot bat. Finn is here. Finn is here. Okay, Finn, I'll put you in. So you're saying 02, Finn. Great. Lovely to have you, Finn. 02. Right, I'm going to go the other way round, and I'm going to go 2-1 to Everton. There you go. 2-1 to Everton for me. Can't make points up if I keep following the sheep in the crowd all around. So, right, next game, people, is Vindaloo. Give me the score. Everton, Liverpool, mate. It's the first game, and you're in on time. Vindaloo, by the way, you had a good week last week. You scored 8 points, and you've climbed the table. Just letting you know now, Vindaloo. But give me a score, Everton, Liverpool, and we can move on. 1-1. Lovely, jubbly, Vindaloo. This is what I like. I like it when you're proactive and don't talk crap. Right, next game. Aston Villa, Southampton. 0-2 for Kuva. Lovely. Aston Villa, Southampton, please, people. Oh, Gus Parker's first in. So Gus Parker's going for a 2-0. Where's Gus? Gus P, Gus P, Gus P. Oh, Gus P, where are you? He was up there somewhere, wasn't he? There he is. Drula, 2-1. Drula, and then she put down what? Drula the real D. Oh, you're the fucking wrestling ring. Drula the real D. 2-0 for Vindaloo. 2-0 for Grant. 2-0 for Grant. 2-0 for Nita. 2-0 for Nita. 2-1 for Adrian. Adrian. Where's Adrian gone? There's Adrian up there. 2-1 for Adrian. 2-0 for Ian Meth. $3-0 for Carl Simpson. Carl can see goals. 3-0. 3-1 for Colin Blackshaw. Colin can see even more goals. 3-1. Perchy's redirecting to me. Oh, thank you, Perchy. Ronnie is 4-1. Ronnie is predicting 4-1. So we have Ronnie at 4-1. Ed M is at 1-0. Ed M is at 1-0. Side Dancer's predicting 3-1. So 3-1 for Side Dancer. Big John, 2-0. Big John, 2-0. Lee Wiz at 3-0. Neil, 2-1. Neil's going 2-1. David Clark, 3-1. David Clark, Mr. Clark, 3-1. Let me just find Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark's gone with 3-1. And then we have Jesse, 3-1. Hotspur is saying 3-1 as well. And so is Jess. Jesse, 3-1. Graham, 2-0. Potato. Johnny Bethnal Green, 3-1. Kuva, 3-0. Kuva. Where's Kuva? My phone, I haven't got my phone with me. My wife's not got home yet, which is quite alarming. She would have finished a while ago. She should be home by now. Alan Toole, I don't think she told me she was going out anywhere. The dogs haven't barked, so she... my wife's got to get her eyelashes done, my son says. Bang, you know, she's all right for some, innit? All right for some. 3-1 to Finn. Guess I didn't pay attention. 3-0. Ryan G. Potato Stew, 3-1. Daniel Coy's 3-0. 3-0 to Dan C. What's a nice time of year? Bournemouth's a nice time of year, is it really? Paul G, 2-0. Right, Paul G, 2-0. So, unless I'm missing things, I don't have Jimmy Hotspur, Mikey Romero, Rinketic, or Ben Kaufman. Let me go back and have a look just to make sure. Mikey's blue. There's no Mikey there. Right, I haven't received, so I haven't got any scores for Ben, Rinketic, Jimmy Hotspur, and Mikey Romero. And anyone else that wants to play, you're more than welcome to do so. Just tell me what the score will be, and I'll add you. But it's the last call for these people. So Aston Villa versus Southampton, last call for people. The people that I've not received anything from as yet are Jimmy Hotspur, Mikey R, Rinketic, and Ben Kaufman. In this game, I'm going for Aston Villa 4, Southampton 0. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go out there and go full flog. 4-0. Right. Right. Next game. And today I haven't got time because I've got a double stack show today. So today I ain't got time to do running around. So people are going to have to leave them. Brentford, Newcastle, everyone. For those that are still with us, it's Brentford, Newcastle. Ooh. Cuba's first one in at 2. Cuba is first in at 2. That's not the one. That's last week's. Cuba is in at 2-2. Nita 1-0. Potato stew 3-1. Potato stew 3-1. Form an orderly queue. 0-0, 2-2. Carl Simpson 1-2. Where's Carly? Carly boy. God, these Kent boys are coming in thick and fast. 1-2. And I can see Vasco's coming in with a Daigle, another Kent boy with a Daigle. And then we have Rakdos Allen 1-3. Allen is at 1-3. Vindaloo at 1-2. Vindaloo 1-2. Graham 2. Grant 2. You know, you got some Daigles in the house today. You've got disciples in the house. 1-2 for Lee Wiz. Daigle for side dancer as well. A Daigle for Johnny Bethnal Green. 3-2 for David Clark. 3-2 for David Clark. 3-2 for David Clark. Anyone that's new that wants to play, you're more than welcome to do so. Predictions, we keep a league table. If you're new and want to play, you're more than welcome to do so. Drula 3-2. Type in Drula 3-2. Ronnie 2-1. Ronnie at 2-1. Let me get Ronnie into the show at 2-1. And then we've got, after Ronnie, we have Ed M at 2-2. Ed M at 2-2. All those that have come over from Perchy, if you're new to this, you're more than welcome to join in. Just put your score line in and we'll take it from there. And we'll put you in from there. Ed M, Adrian 1-2. Adrian 1-2. And then we have Daniel Coy thinks it's going to be 1-2. Rinketic, I haven't got your previous score. I can see that you're coming in with the score for this one, but I haven't got your previous score for the last game. So just to let you know, Rinketic. So Rinketic, in this one, you're going for a 1-3. But you missed the last game, Rinketic. And I can't roll around today because I've got football to go to. Right, you're now changing it to 2-2. All right, this is now 2-2. I'm going to confuse myself. It's Big John 1-3. 1-3 for Big John. Paul G says 1-2. 1-2 for Paul G. Mikey Romero says 0-2. Right, Mikey, I've missed your last score. I didn't get yours either for the last game. Jimmy Hotspur is here. Got your score for this one, Jimmy. I didn't get it for the last game. Who else we got? EMF says 2-1. EMF says 2-1. Percher, no clue, Raid, says the sheriff. Right, Ian Mev says 2-1. Ian Mev says 2-1. I've got him. Finn Rickwood is saying 1. Finn Rickwood, what's Finn Rickwood saying? 1-2. 1-2 for Finn Rickwood. Jimmy Hotspur 2-1. Mikey Romero, Villa 1-0. Okay, so Mikey, that was the last game. I'll get your Villa 1-0 in. So Mikey Romero, you went for Villa for 1-0. Jimmy Hotspur, I'm missing yours. Perchy wants to play. Good old Perchy. Perchy, let's get Perchy in. Perchy's predicting a 1-3. Right, Perchy, the first 2 games you've missed, mate. And that is, and it's because it's you and you sent people over as well. I'm going to roll back for Perchy. I will roll back for Perch. Gus Parker says 0-2. 0-2 for Gus Parker. Jimmy Hotspur 4-1 for Villa. Right, so Perchy, I'm still missing Ryan G, your score for this game. And I'm missing Tot Spurs and Colin Blackshaw and Ben Kaufman. Right, so Perchy, what I need from you, mate, is give us the prediction for Everton versus Liverpool, Perch, and Aston Villa Southampton. So Everton Liverpool, if anyone wants to join in and play, is the first game that we've got this week. Oh, 1-4, 1-4 and 2-0. Lovely. Perchy's in. 1-4 for Perchy and 2-0 for Perchy. I'll just get Perchy in there just to highlight him as a new player. Right, so Perchy's up to date. Perchy's in. Totspur says 2-1 for the game that we were currently on. Right, so I'm missing Colin Blackshaw and Ryan G for Brentford Newcastle. Colin Blackshaw says 2-2. If I'm allowed 3-0, says Rinketic. If you're allowed for what, Rinketic? 3-0. Oh, so the Aston Villa game 3-0, Rinketic. So you're up to date. You're in. So the only person I'm missing is Ryan G. I have to hold back to see if I can find Ryan G's score. He's laughing at Daniel. Ryan G has not given me a score yet. There's nothing in the chat. Ryan G, I've not received a score from you yet, mate. Yeah, Rinketic, I've got your score. It's just Ryan G I'm missing. 3-2. Okay, I see it now. 3-2. Right, so my score in this game, seeing I'm doing it live and off the bat, is I'm going to go for Brentford 3, Newcastle 1. So that's my score for this game, 3-1. Yeah, I've got you, Ryan. I found it. Right, next game, people, is Crystal Palace versus Manchester City, please. And if there's anyone that's watching that's new, feel free to throw in your score, right? And then I'll add you to the show, and we'll add you to it. Perchy's gone 2-4. Perchy's in like Flynn. As soon as Perchy gets the drift of a game, he's in there. He loves playing the games, this young man. And I'm not talking about in a nasty sense. I'm talking about in the great sense. He's a games activist. Vancouver 1-2 in this game. 1-2 Vancouver. Yeah, we've got a 0-3 for Ronnie. Let me find Ronnie on the sheet. Ronnie's here, 0-3. Sorry for that. So nah, don't worry about it. You're up to date now. Finn is on the 0-2. Grant 1-2. Ed M 0-3, I believe he's put in there. Ed M has gone for a 0-3. Potato Stew 1-2. Potato, the potato. Let me see if I can find the potato somewhere. Right, why can't I see the potato? There he is. Right, what did the potato go for? 1-2. And then we've got Drula 1-3. Nita 1-4. Nita 1-4. Alan Rakdos Madness 1-2. Adrian at 0-2. Rinketic is saying 1-2. Rinketic is saying 1-2. Who we got after Rinketic? We have Lee Wiz at 0-2. Lee Wiz Kid here at 0-2. Then we have Carl Simpson 1-4. Carl Simpson 1-4. David Clark 1-2. David Clark 1-2. Jesse 1-4. Jesse 1-4. Jimmy Hotspur 1-3. Jimmy. Let me find Jimmy Hotspur at 1-3. Then we have Side Dancer at 1-3. Side Dancer at 1-3. Vindaloo's at 1-2. Vindaloo's at 1-2. And then we have Neil 2-1. Neil at 2-1. Johnny Bethnal Green at 0-4. Johnny Bethnal Green can see goals. Graham 0-2. Did you get a feeling that Graham and Daniel Coys are kind of playing with each other, seeing who could put the score in first to try and outdo each other? See, like, it's only a game, lads. Ryan G 1-2. Ryan G 1-2. Let's not put it in yet. Let's find out what everyone else is going for. Colin Blackshaw 2-4. Senior Blackshaw is at 2-4. And then we have Tot Spurs at 1-2. Tot Spurs 1-2. Paul G 0-3. And Daniel Coys 0-2. Paul G 0-3. Daniel Coys 0-2. He's up here, isn't he? Yeah, he's up there. 0-2. Ian's going to put the rest in later. Gus Parker says 1-0. Gus Parker says 1-0. Gus P says 1-0. Right. And then we've got Miss Bunny says, surprise, no one gone for City loss. Do you want to play, Miss Bunny? If you want to play, enter your scores and you can be in as well. So who am I missing? I am missing EMF. Just set EMF. Did he just give me one and then pop out? I'll put the rest in later. Yeah, I heard him say that, but he has not given me one now, has he? No, I haven't got a score from Ian. I also haven't got a score from Mikey Romero. So Mikey R, I haven't got a score from you either. It could be because Mikey, I don't know if Mikey's at work at this time. Right. Yeah, I don't think he's at work. Right. So for me, Mikey R and Ian. So I'm going to say for this game. No, Miss Bunny, honestly, there's no issues. You start on this game, there's no issues. As long as we keep it sensible, there's no issues at all. We can start from here. It's not an issue. 0-3 for Mikey R. Crystal Palace versus Man City. Jose is going. Crystal Palace 0. Man City 3 is what I'm going for. I think Palace. I don't think Palace are that good. Watching them, and I don't think, and I think that Man City, once they start getting their players back on form, even De Bruyne. De Bruyne is hot, 50% fit. De Bruyne. Even with that, I still think he's going to come back and play well. So I'm going for a 0-3. Right. No one else is saying they want to put any scores in. So, and I did give Miss Bunny the opportunity. So if people don't want to put any scores in, we'll move on to the next game. And that is Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest, please, people. Man United versus Nottingham Forest. Oh, look at that. Cooper's in straight away. Cooper is going for a 2-0 victory for Manchester United. 2-0. Ronnie is coming in at 1-0. Carl Simpson 2-1. Oh, let me go back. I mean, Carl Simpson's coming at 2-1. Nita 2-1. Grant 2-1. Got a lot of 2-1s here, haven't we? And Grant 2-1. Grant P 2-1. Adam Arsenal the best. Vindaloo 1-0. Vindaloo 1-1. Lee Wiz has gone for a Daigle. Lee the Wiz has gone for a tall draw. 1-2 for David Clark. 1-2. David Clark. 2-2-0. Uh, 3-1 for Finn. Finn. 3-1 for Edem. 2-0 for Johnny Bethnal Green. Johnny Bethnal Green's here. 2-0 Mikey Romero. 2-0 for Mikey. Let me find Mikey R. He's up there. 2-0 for Mikey Romero. 2-1 for Rakdos. 2-1 for Big John. Big John 2-1. Rakdos 2-1. Which is Alan. There's me calling him by his 2-1. Big John, blah, blah. A Daigle for Drula. Drula. A Daigle for Drula. And then 2-1 for Sai and 2-1 for Jesse. 2-1s are very popular. So I don't know if people do back gambling and that, but you'd like to say from a straw poll here, 2-1 seems to be the favoured number. Hotspur's breaking the mould, and so is Jimmy Hotspur, both coming in with a 3-1. Jimmy Hotspur 3-1. And then Hotspur's 3-1. And Rinketic is using his Daigle. So Rinketic is going for a tall draw. Yeah, the Daigle is a tall draw. Right, so this chat is the best. We all come together and make a great community. We certainly do. Mikey R. Potato stew is 2-0. Perch has said, I need to run, mate, but I want to give you my scores for the next few games. Okay, I'll just enter yours now. Perchy, we normally do 3 games that are bonus games. So obviously you may miss the bonus games because they're picked at random and I've done them already, but I don't announce them till after the Premiership games. So I'm going to do these. Are you putting them in an order? Yeah, you are. 0, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3. And you went for 1, 2. Right, Perch, you got all your Premiership games in, mate. Colin Blackshaw is going for a 0-1. Colin Blackshaw is going for a 0-1. Gus Parker 1-2. Gus Parker 1-2. I think Paul G's coming with a 1-1. That's Ryan G. There's Paul G up there. Love to chat. Everyone smash the likes. Yeah, that's fantastic. People smashing the likes. Ryan G 3-1. Ryan G 3-1. Spurs GCTV come in at 2-0. Spurs GCTV have come in at 2-0. Mikey Ramirez changed it. We are at the same boat, Miss Bunny, so I feel your pain. Perchy at the wheel. Perchy has been called to a board meeting. Perchy's at the wheel. Right. So people are missing at the moment is Adrian, I ain't got your score. Dan Coys, I haven't got yours. And that's it. So it's Dan Coys, Adrian. Unless I've missed them. Dan Coys, him and Spurs GCC are waiting to the last minute to try and outdo each other. Adrian, I'm looking back. I can't see Adrian. So Adrian and Dan Coys are the two that I'm missing. Side Dancer says Perchy at the wheel. In Perchy, I trust. So all I'm missing is them two people, Adrian and Dan Coys. I'm going to go ahead. Or Adrian's coming with 2-1. 2-1 for Adrian. I reckon I might even forget these figures for Predict the Prem. And I might even put different results in. By the time I've done this. So it's 2-1 there. It says Dan Coys is missing. So I'm going to go for, I think this game could be anything, couldn't it? Because I don't think Man United are defensively and attacking wise. I suppose this could go any way, but it works out on lineups for me. So I'm going to reserve myself. What shall I do? Reserve myself. Yeah, I'm going to go Man United 1. Forest 2. Man United 1, Forest 2 is what I'm going to go for. Although Forest are crap away from home. Oh, right, next game, Fulham v Arsenal, please, people. Fulham v Arsenal. One, two, says Ronnie. So he's the first one in. Right, Ronnie was the first one in. He's coming with a 1-2. Anyone guess where the bonus games are coming from this week? Kuba 1-3. Kuba 1-3. Adrian 1-2. Adrian at 1-2. Gus Parker at 2-1. Gus Parker 2-1. Nita 2-2. Nita 2-2. Johnny Bethnal Green 1-0. Johnny BG 1-1. Jimmy Hotspur 0-2. Jimmy Hotspur 0-2. Carl Simpson 1-2. Carl Simpson 1-2. Big John 1-3. Big John 1-3. Jose, don't want to rush you, but it's Friday night and I still got powder in my nose. Powder in your nose as much as you want, son. I've got to go and play football, so I know that I'm in more of a rush than you powder in your nose, boy. Finn 0-1. Anyway, just get a bit of blusher out and one of them fucking fluffy things, and you can powder it as much as you want. Oh, yeah. Alan Ratdos 2-1. Potato stew 3-1. The potato says 3-1. Vindaloo says 1-3. 1-3 for Vindaloo. And do you know what, Vindaloo? Seeing that we started doing the first hour of the show, I spent updating the last week's scores because this has been a double week. So today we're on game 6, and we've been half an hour, but this is quite quick. In all honesty, 1-3 for Edem, 1-3 for Grant. 1-2 for Drula, 1-3 for Hotspurs. Hotspurs is 1-3. Drula, I think she said 1-2. Drula, let me find Drula. Right, Drula's there. Drula did say 1-2. Mikey R is going for a 2 draw. Mikey R is on a 2 draw. Side Dance says 1-2. And the guessing has started already. We have got people thinking that we might be going to Afghanistan or Azerbaijan. Drula says Mars. Neil says 1-3. We haven't covered any of the competitions that I'm doing today. Thanks, Mikey, but I did marry a Leicester girl, so I'm stuck in the middle. And Spurs GCTV is 1-2. Graham is going for a 1-2. And then we have Rinketic at 1-1. Fulham 2-1 for David Clark. And a 2-3 for Colin B. David Clark. 2-1. Jose, I put Fulham 1-3. And Carl Simpson, I had you as 1-2. Why did I have it at 1-2? Okay, I'll put you in at 1-3 now. Jose, I would love to play football with you. You seem like a midfield maestro, says Mikey Romero. Is it walking football or 5-a-side, Jose? We play 8-a-side, Jimmy. 8-a-side. Lord Rodney's here, coming in with a 0-6. Good evening, Lord Rodney, sir. I hope you are well. Lord Rodney, try to let me find Lord Rodney's game and add him to the show. We play 8-a-side on a Friday night. We play 9-a-side on a Monday night, and we play 9-a-side on a Wednesday night. But tonight's the 8-a-side game. I don't know. I don't know whether Grant's on my team or not tonight. I haven't bothered looking at it because I saw people changing the lineups so much. Right, small down, Jose. Take your time, mate. No worries. You're doing a great job, says Vindaloo. Ryan G 02. Ryan G says 02. 02. Algerian League 2 says Grant Packham. Conference League says Jimmy Hotspur. I said, have I done a Conference League one this year? I don't know whether I have, but it's gonna be some of the competitions that we've not covered so far. Burkina Faso Premier League says Grant. A-League in Australia, Auckland are looking tasty, says Coover. Coover's been brushing up. Coover's been doing his own work. Daniel Coyes is coming with a 2-0 and a 0-2. Oh, Coover's been doing his own work. Thought Coover's quiet. He's doing the old studying. No chances, Jose midfielder, says Grant. Round table talk, Nick's come in with 2-1. So Nick is on a 2-1 for this one for Mr. Round Table Talk himself. Let me add Nick to the show. Show. Oh, where's Nick? He's down there. Right, let me push him up there and put Nick in up there. Right, let me go. Michael, AstroTurf service. Yeah, it's a 4G pitches that we play on. Absolutely fantastic, and they're paid for by Chelsea Football Club because Chelsea Football Club have got an academy down here where I live on the south coast, 100 miles away from where Chelsea is, but they pay and they've got an academy down here. And we play on the pitch. The pitch is absolutely pristine. It's tip top, best pitch to play on. Fantastic. It has to be the Nigerian Premier League for bonus games. Sunshine versus the Shooting Stars, says Potato Stew. 1-1, 1-2, says Paul G. Paul G is going in with a 1-2. Just trying to see if I'm missing anyone as I'm reading these. Call him El Tel Tos Toses. Toes. That's a 2-0 for the United game. I've done that one. I bet Jose just like watching Gaza. Jose, Alan put you and Jez on the same team. Scott wasn't having any of it. Jose might be playing for Chelsea next season. I won't. Chelsea's the team I detest the most. Right, I'm looking for Jesse's score. And have I missed it? It'd be Jesse's score is the only one if I've missed it. And it might be me. It might be my eyes taking me away from everything. I need to go back up and have a look. Where's Jesse's score? No, I've not missed Jesse's score. Jesse hasn't put one in yet. Okay. Perchy out. Right. Rinketic says Perchy's at Perchy out. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Right. I'm missing Jesse, but I'm sure she'll come back and join us. Ipswich Bournemouth next, please, people. Ipswich Bournemouth. Can you play on Sunday? Says Jimmy. Nah, I won't be playing on Sunday. Actually, I'm looking to have a restful Sunday, if honest. I don't want to get up too much. Nita is saying 0-2. Does that mean Nita's first in? It does. Nita's coming with a 0-2 for this game. Nita, let me find Nita. Nita 0-2. Vindaloo 2-1. Vindaloo 2-1. Lord Rodney 1-2. Lord Rodney 1-2. Mikey Romero 1-2. Mikey Romero 1-2. Edem 0-3. Side Dancer 1-2. Finn Rickwood 1-1. Round Table Talk 1-2. Round Table Talk 1-2. Johnny Bethnal Green 1-3. Johnny BG 1-3. Neil 1-2. David Clark. David Clark's gone for a 1-2. David Clark. Let me find David Clark. David Clark's here. 1-2 for Mr. Clark. We got you, sir. And then we have Big John at 1-2. Big John at 1-2. And then we have Alan at 0-1. 0-1 for Alan. 1-3 for Dan Coys. 1-3 for DCOYS. I bet Jose fancies himself as prime Zinedine Zidane, but his teammates see him as sitting down, sit down. Lee White, Lee Wizkid, 2-all. 2-all for Lee Wiz. Spurs GCTV 1-2. Spurs GCTV 1-2. Grant says, Jose, I've got to score by 225. That's my target. I feel tonight's the night you assist me. Ooh, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I haven't even looked at the lineups yet, but I know that there's been a lot of tinkering about. But I've been working all day, so I haven't bothered looking at it. I've been busy because I'm here now. To ease your troubles. Rinketic is going for a 0-3. Rinketic is going for a 0-3. G'day, Phil. Phil Coys is here saying, g'day, Jose. Hello, Phil. How are you, sir? Jimmy Hotspur is going 1-all. Jimmy H is going 1-all. There we go. Jimmy H at 1 apiece. And then we have Carl Simpson 2-3. Carl Simpson 2-3. Potato Stew 0-2. The Potato 0-2. Die Hard's Adrian 2-all. Colin Blackshaw 1-3. Colin B 1-3. Gus Parker 0-2. Gus Parker and Totspurs has gone 1-2. And Gus Parker 0-2. Cooper's gone 0-2. Kuva 02. That Ronnie I can see next. Ronnie. 1-0. Yeah, Bobby, when you're ready, mate, far away. Ronnie has gone for a 1-1 draw. Let me see if I can find Ronnie. He can't be far down this list, can he, surely? Where's Ronnie? If I put a score in for Ronnie already, where's Ronnie? Oh, there's Ronnie's here. Ronnie's gone for a 1-1. Grant's gone for 1-2. So Grant was further down the list here. 1-2. Bobby K says 1-3. See Bobby K. 1-3 for you, sir. 1-3. For Bobby K. Bobby K. Add Mr. Bobby K to the list. There he is. So I've got to do a roll back at the moment for Rodney, Trotter, Roundtable Talk, and Bobby K. Paul G says 1-2. Paul G says 1-2. 1-2 for Paul G. I'm missing, I've not got down there yet, but I've got Ryan G and Jesse, I think. Ryan G and Jesse. So have I got down there? Lights is Mark, Glenn, Matt, Jez, Ollie W, Alan, Ben, Josh. Okay, Darks is Mark, Ryder, Joe, Grant, Scott, Jose, Ollie, John. Ollie? Which Ollie have we got? Ollie 1 or Ollie 2? I don't know. Who we got, Grant? Have we got Ollie 1 or Ollie 2? Anyway, right. So Ryan G, I'm looking for your score. Let me go back up again because you should be able to see it's a 1-3 for you. And so it's just Jess I'm missing, which is not an issue at all because we can catch up with Jess as well. Right. Next game for you people. Right. Next game for you lovely people is Leicester v Brighton. So give me 2 seconds to start putting your scores in for Leicester Brighton, please. That's better. I need to use the little boys' room. Right. Let me go back up, see what we got. Leicester 1, Brighton 2. So the first one is Kuva. Leicester 1, Brighton 2. Yeah. 0-2 for Ronnie. One, 2 for Roundtable Talk. 1-2 for Roundtable Talk. Nita says 2-1. Go on, Nita. Paul G says 1-3. Paul G says 1-3. Mikey says 2-2. So Daigle for Mikey. A Daigle for Edem. See, a lot of these people know about the rude effect. The rude effect. 2-2. 1-1 for Gus Parker, another one who looks at the Rude effect. Gus Parker, 1-1. Lord Rodney says 1-4. He's not looking at the Rude effect, is he? He thinks it's not going to matter. Potato Stew's looking at the Rude effect and says 1-1. Let's look up with the potato. The potato's up here, 1 apiece. Then we have Big John at 2-2. Big John at 2-2. Bobby is 2-3. Bobby can see goals. 2-3. David Clark 2-1. David Clark 2-1. Neil 1-3. Grant, there's no point me telling me that now because I can't remember what colour I'm on. I'll just wait and see tonight. But yeah, when you got a lot of people start saying it's not right, it's wrong, blah blah blah, you know that whatever team you're going to put out ain't going to be right, ain't going to be wrong. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Neil Lee Wiskid 1-3. Johnny Bethnal Green 2-0. 2-0 for Johnny BG. Jimmy Hotspur 1-3. Jimmy 1-3 for Jimmy Hotspur. Rinketic is 1-3 as well. So all these people, they're not know about the Rude effect, do they? Cool. Vindaloo 2-1. I mean, Rude Venice was coming. They got a great result the other night, but they punched above their weight, I felt, the other night. Because I thought they didn't have much. They didn't offer much. I think they need to have Patson Daka in the side because Patson Daka offers them a lot of pace and can get about a bit more than Vardy. Vardy's all right as an impact, and Vardy can do it for for a little bit. But Vardy, he's 36, 37 now, and I think he can't sustain it as long as what he used to in a match. I'm not knocking him though, because if I still had his speed at that age, I would have been fucking I wouldn't be where I am now, lads. Carl Simpson, 2-3. Adrian 1-2. I ain't gone out nowhere, Vindo. 1-2. Adrian's 1-2. Alan Ratdos is 1-2. Right, 1-2 for Alan Ratdos as well. And then we have Drula at 1-2. Let me find Drula. 1-2. It's always the same people you wait for their results to come through. Jose's talking to Postecoglou approach to managing the show. Just bollocks to it all. Grant Packham 1-2. 1-2. Side Dancers coming in with a Daigle. All right, I've got Sign at a Daigle. Rude bringing back 4-4-2, and I now love him. He's my hero, says Edem. You're on the dark, says Grant. I'll tell you what, Grant, whilst I got you, do you fancy picking me up tonight? I might as well ask you the question, because then it'll save my little legs from walking. Lord Roddy Trott says, Nistelrooy is a great striker. He's largely a nobody in management. Brighton spent 250 million. I'm expecting big things from them. Unlike us, Brighton spent well, says Rodney. Trust me, that goal Daka scored was 1 in a million. He couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo. I'm just talking about his speed more, David, than anything else. He can maintain and his levels. He can maintain. He should be able to maintain it as a young person a lot longer than Vardy can. Right, so Finn, I'm waiting on. Finn Rickwood has not given me a score, and Jesse hasn't for a bit either. Lewandowski 36, but Lewandowski doesn't have to do the run. He's just got it all in his brain, and Lewandowski just finds space, doesn't he? He's a different breed. He's not a Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy's not a Lewandowski. Finn Rickwood. Am I missing you, Finn? Finn's gone 1-2. Finn, I got you, mate. Don't worry. I've seen you. You're in. Right, let me have a look. Right, I'm going to go for Leicester 2, Brighton 1. I haven't given you an Ipswich Bournemouth 1. I'm going for Leicester 2. Sorry, Ipswich 2. I'm going to go Bournemouth 1. Right, I'm going to go for home wins for both of them. Right, I'm going to go against everybody because if I don't get... did you get my Bournemouth Ipswich, Ryan? I must have done because... Ipswich Bournemouth, Ryan. I must have done because I wouldn't have moved on otherwise. So Ryan G, you gave it to me as 1-3, and that's what I've put in. Gave it to me as 1-3. Right, next game. I'm not going to wait till last. The next game is Tottenham versus Chelsea. I'm going to go in order. Whether we like it or not, whether we're in pain, whether we're in agony, you know, whether we're pissed off, you know, whether we're indifferent, whether we've given up, whether we don't care, whether we do care, I'm just going to go in for it. And oh my Lord, what have we done here? Ed, Ronnie's there. Potato stew was the first one. Right, Stacey's here. Stacey, you can start on this game if you like, because I have to roll back for some other people as well, so I can roll back for you. It's not a problem at all. I can roll back. So, with the comments that are coming in, I have got a 3-1 for potato stew. So there's the stew. Where's the stew? Potato stew is coming at 3-1. Kuva is a 0-4. 0-4 for Kuva. Edem at 1-6. Edem at 1-6. Where's Edem? Edem. Bang, banana. 1-6 for Edem. Neil, sorry, Carl Simpson 1-2. Mr. Simpson at 1-2. Neil 1-3. 1-3 for Neil. Johnny Bethnal Green 5-2. 5-2 with Johnny. Bobby K 3-2. Spurs GCTV 2-1. Stacey, the mum overlord, flexing her 1-member month badge. Thank you very much, Stacey, for being a member. Finn says 0-3. Soys, Ange out, and Levy out. So 0-3 for. Who was that? That was Finn, weren't it? Finn 0-3. Mikey Romero 3-1. 3-1 for Mikey R. And then we have 1-2. Goodbye, Andrew Fraud from Dan Coys. The Dan Coys is going for a 1-2. Did he say? Yeah, 1-2. 1-2. And then we have Vindaloo at 3-1. Vindaloo's telling us what would be positive. He's going for a 3-1. I think Vindaloo's just putting in because they don't want Chelsea anywhere near them. And I think that's why Vindaloo goes, anyone that's near Vindaloo, he will go for a loss or a draw or a defeat. Lord Rodney Trotter 2-3 because he wants Arsenal. I know your plan. Grant Packham's gone into a 2 draw. Mr. Packham is coming in with a 2-2 draw. Then we've got David Clark. David Clark sees 9 goals in the game and he's gone 5-4. Used to be Cougars, but not anymore. 2-2, a wing and a prayer, says Nita. So a 2 draw with a wing and a prayer. Spurs diehards going for 1-1 draw. A 1-1 draw for Spurs diehards. Dazza at Hotspurs is going at 4-3. He sees goals galore in this one. 4-3. And then we have Side Dancer. I can see it as a 1-3. 1-3. Jimmy Hotspurs 0-3. Jimmy Hotspurs at 0-3. Lee Wiz at 2-2. Lee Wiz can see it being a 2 draw. Vindaloo, come on, chest out. You got this. I put my predictions in the community, Jose. Makes it easier for you. Either way, I'm not fussed. I can do them. It's not a problem at all. Big John 1-3. Big John 1-3. And then we have Paul G at 2-1. Paul G at 2-1. And I'm missing a few. Have I got to catch up? Ryan G 2-4. Ryan G 2-4. Who else we got? Rinketic 1-4. Rinketic 1-4. Alan has gone for a Daigle. And then we have. No, I'm confident you'll beat them, Jose says, Vindaloo. Neil says, I'm going to have to watch the game with a Chelsea fanatic because I promised the catch-up long ago. I kind of fancied that we would have picked up 6 points in the previous 2 league games. Gus Parker says 3-2. And Dazza's just reminding me that that's entertainment. It certainly is. If Ange wants to win this game, he's just delaying the inevitable. Shit manager loses too many games against average teams and is out of his depth. Say it as you mean it, Daniel. Colin Blackshaw says 2-3. Mr. Blackshaw says 2-3. Right. Beyonce going to be at the game. Maybe Ange is changing his tactics as Windaloo. Drula says, Jesus, is this going to be a thrashing 3-2? So Drula's going for 3-2 home win, is that? Because you put 3-2, 3 before the 2. Daniel is going to get us knocked out of the Carabao and be around 8th and the heat will turn up. Ange ain't lost 14 in the Prem yet. Give him a break, says Nia. Julia says she can't go for a team to lose. And Lord Rodney says once he gets knocked out of the Carabao, he's only got the Europa League keeping him in a job. Carl Simpson says he's got the FA Cup too, though. Right, who am I missing on this one? Ronnie, I haven't had a score from yet. Ronnie, let me go back. Did I miss Ronnie by any chance? Was it me? Was it me? Let me go back and have a look. Did I miss you, Ronnie? No, I have not missed Ronnie. Yes, I have. Ronnie's gone for 0-4. Ronnie, look at that. I had to go back and look. Ronnie's gone for 0-4. Right, Jose can never back against his team. Never have done. Never will do. Tottenham 2, Chelsea 1. Because I can't back against my team. I never can do. Regardless, I remember having the days. See, because I'm an older supporter, I've seen this before. What we're going through, I've seen this before. And this is before Levy came. I saw us worse football than what we're playing now. Well before the Levies and these people came on the scene. So we have been poor in the past in some seasons. We were atrocious. And I mean, people can tell you about the side that we had in the 70s that went down to the second division as well. But we've had some poor teams. So, it's part of being a Tottenham fan. Only thing is that some younger people didn't get to see the success that us older people did. So they probably feel it a lot more. Or that's what it may seem, that you feel it a lot more because you haven't seen it. And I feel for the people that haven't seen any successes. But do you know what? I think we all hurt the same. Even when you're older, you still hurt the same. It just comes out differently because you're a bit more mature. Isn't it depressing looking at most of these predictions, says Jimmy Hotspur? Like I said, it all comes down. I was like that, Drula, as well, but unfortunately we have a fraud. We have a fraud as a manager. I was like that yesterday, but I've calmed down, Daniel. I'm going to give him till the end of the season, says Drula. Right, I'm going to the next game. So the last game of the Premiership this weekend, it's on Monday. So that means I can't do a show till probably later on in the week, is West Ham versus Wolves, people. West Ham versus Wolves. I feel for people who've never seen success too, Jose, says Vindaloo. Kuba's first up, and he's gone for a Daigle. So Kuba has gone for a tool draw. Ryan has gone 2-1 to West Ham because people are calling this. And I'm not taking the piss, Daniel. But people are calling this game El Sacchio. That's what people are calling the game, El Sacchio. Wolves always do the reverse of what I say, so it should be a good draw. West Ham 2, Wolves 1, just so I can laugh at Loppy still being in charge and winding the fan base up. What happens then, and I'm just out of curiosity, if this ends up being a draw, then what happens to both of these managers? I mean, Ryan knows better. He's closer to Wolves. West Ham supporters have told me that West Ham have been looking, right? I've been told that West Ham have been looking for other people. Potato stew 0-0. So if that's the case, I don't know. Have Wolves begun looking just in case for other people? Only you can answer that, Ryan, I suppose, because you're from it's your club, so you'll know if that's probably happening in the background. But West Ham have definitely been supposedly looking in the background for other people. So the Lepotecki thing, for me, is just a matter of time now. Spurs GCTV tool. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I just think that when you start looking for other managers and you're starting on the hunt for other managers, I just think the writing's on the wall. But if you've made that decision to start looking, it means that you're going to pull the trigger. And I think that West Ham are likely to pull the trigger before Wolves do. But as I said, only Ryan can answer that because Ryan will know better than me. 1-1 for Colin Blackshaw. Who else we got in there? We've got a 2-1 for Roundtable Talk. So Roundtable Talk, depending on who he fancies, is always going to be 2-1, whether it's home or away. I understand. I see the pattern. 2-0 for Mikey Romero. 1-2, come on Wolves, says Side Dancer. You got a fan in me. 1-2 for Side Dancer. All right, Miss Bunny. Johnny Bethnal Green. Vasco can see goals at 3. God, Johnny is seeing goals in the last few games. Gus Parker 1-0. Gus Parker 1-0. Bung, bung, bung. Fraud. O'Neill out, says Ryan G. Big John 1-2. Big John 1-2 for Big John. I think you are over exaggerating the problem, Daniel Coy. City lost 5 in a row or something. We need to back him for now, at the very least. Finn says 3-2. Finny boy 3-2. Finn, don't run because we've still got 3 bonus games to go, mate. I don't want you to leave and not being able to do them. Rodney Trotters at 0-2. Lord Rodney at 0-2. Lee Wizkid at 2-2. Lee Wiz. Let me find Lee Wiz. Lee Wiz at 2-all. Lovely. We've got Lee there. Ronnie 2-1 and El Sacchio 1-all. Ronnie 2-1. I'll find Ronnie again. Where Ronnie's got a 2-1. Grant for El Sacchio is going 1-1. See, when your team's doing well, and Brighton are doing relatively well, then you can have fun like this. 2-2 says Rinketic. Rinketic is on a 2-2. Alan is on a 1-3. Alan is 1-3. Edem 3-2. Sick of backing Wolves and they're letting me down. So Edem's going for a 3-2. Both sacks, says Grant. 2-2 in the sack races, Jimmy Hotspurs. Jimmy Hotspur. Let me find you for a 2-2. There we go. Jimmy, I found you, sir. 2-2. 1-2 says Drula. Drula. La 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 la. 1-2 says Drula. Daniel Coyce just says FC UK, other perfumes are about there. This fraud managing my club anymore. Don't give up. If people think it's over exaggerating, this guy has been a manager for over 25 years. What's his excuse? 2-3 to Hotspurs. Lighten the mood, I do, don't I, Dan? I lighten the mood. I lighten the mood. Potters, Moyes, and Conceição. Rafa to Wolves, says Colin Blackshaw. So, what exactly, Neil says, have we had from previous managers aside from Poch? Nearly. Rafa would be a great shout. Big up, Colin Blackshaw. Daniel, if you put your energy into getting Levy to get his hand in his pocket or go. Spurs diehards, 2-1. So Adrian's coming in with a 2-1. I'm missing a few people at the moment, but I'll probably catch up with them. Paul G 1-2. Paul G 1-2. No, there's 3 games to go. We've got the 3 bonus games. I'm just trying to see if we've got any more. Right, so I haven't had a score from Dan Coys, Neil, David Clark. Stop. So Neil, David Clark, and Dan Coys are the ones I'm looking for. They're the 3 that I'm missing scores from. I'm going back to look whether I've missed them. Neil, Dan Coys, and David Clark. Neil, Dan Coys, and David Clark. Neil, Dan Coys, David Clark. Neil, Dan Coys, David Clark. Neil, Dan Coys, David Clark. Right, Neil 1-1. David, was you first in, was you? At 2-1. I didn't, well, it didn't come up on my screen, mate. Neil 2-1. Daniel Coys 2-1. And Neil 1-0. And 2-1. 2-1. Right, for this one, I'm going to go West Ham 1, El Sacchio 2. Now for a 1-2 in this game. All right. Right, the first bonus game of the week. Right. None of you guessed so far which league it was or competition. So the first plus game of the week is taking place in the FA Trophy, and it is Yeovil versus Weymouth. Yeovil versus Weymouth. Gang, Yeovil versus Weymouth. You lot are way off at the moment. No one guessed even the competitions that I was doing today. But, you know, I said to you it would be competitions and people that we haven't done as yet. We haven't covered the FA Trophy. So that's why we have the FA Trophy today. So with the FA Trophy being said, and I know all of you are fully aware of these teams, and you know how good they are, and you know what colours they play in and what kits they were, that, you know, I thought I'd give in to you guys and give you leagues that you knew lots about, because it's only fair. Edem is going for a 2-0. Neat has gone for 2-1. Carl Simpson knows the league well and has gone for 2-1 as well. So people are in quite quick with some of their scores because they know the leagues. 2-1. Then you've got Johnny Bethnal Green is coming in with a 0-2. Roundtable Talk's coming in with 2-1. I can just see that Drula's telling someone about off for banned language or something. Roundtable Talk 2-1. Neil is coming in with a 0-0. Neil thinks it's going to be a tight fest, this one. So he's a 0-0. Bobby K 3-2. See, Bobby's swatted up. Bobby knows. Gone for a 3-2. I just think that the person that's done a lot of swapping up, but too much swapping up, is Kuva. 2-1 for Graham. Spurs GCTV. Graham 2-1. And then we've got Paul G at 2-0. Paul G 2-0. And then we've got Finn Rickwood at 2-0. Finn is at 2-0. Oh, that's Finn DeLuke. No, let me go to Finn. Where's Finn? Oh, he's above that. 2-0 to Finn. 2-0 to Big John. 1-3 for Lee Wiz. 1-3 with Lee Wiz. 2-0 for Alan. Alan. 2-0 for Alan. 2-1 for Side Dancer. 2-1 for Side Dancer. Weymouth 1-2 for Hotspurs. Hotspurs has gone for a 1-2. Lord Rodney's gone for a 0-5. Lord Rodney for a 0-5. Drula's gone for 2-1. Drula. 2-1 for the real D. The real D. Coover's gone for 3-0. Who would have known? Coover knows. Coover knows. 3-0. 2-1 for Potato. 2-1 for the Potato. And then we've got up the green and white. Oh, he says Nita. 2-0 for Vindaloo. So Nita knows the colours as well. See, I told you, there's people that know. 3-0 for Adrian. Who knew? Who knew? 3-0 for Adrian. A 2-0 for Rinketic. Rinketic, 2-0. And then we have a 1-1 for Colin Blackshaw. And then you need to be playing on the front foot. You got a 2-0 for Grant. Grant's probably gone away and had a look at the non-league because Grant likes going to non-league. He's gone away and looked at all the non-league tables and that and tried to work out what the score would be here. Grant's disappearing to try and find out the form. Let me have a look. A 1-1 for Jimmy. A 2-0 for Ronnie. 2-0 for Ronnie. A 1-2 for Mikey R. A 1-2 for Mikey R. 3-1 for David Clark. 3-1 for Mr. Clark. 2-0 for Bobby Cat. For Gus Parker even. It's Gus. It's not Bobby. 2-0 for Gus. And then am I missing any more? I think I am. There we go. Dan Coys is 2-0. So I am still missing Ryan G, I believe. 2-0 for Dan Coys. Who am I missing? I'm missing Ryan G. Jesse's not come back. And Perchilio. Okay, so it's just Ryan G. Ryan G, you're the only one I'm missing. Let me go and have a look. It's 3-1 for Ryan G. So Ryan G, I've got you. Right, I've gone for, in this one, is that everyone? Yeah, I've gone for Yeovil 3, Weymouth 0. Coover says, to be fair, Jose, if I guessed the fixture before you even told us the league, it would be the best thing that's ever happened on the internet. You know, expect anything. It's interesting. The weather might play part of the results, says Neil. I wonder how Weymouth's got its name. Must be something to do with the river meeting the sea, if there is a way. Yeah, well, Weymouth is down by the coast, isn't it? So, right. So, for the next game, I've gone somewhere we haven't been yet, and I've gone to the Kimru Premier. I think that's how you pronounce the country. Kimru Premier. And the game is between Pennybont and Connors Quay. Pennybont versus Connors Quay in the Kimru Premier. And for those that don't understand what the Kimru Premier is, look it up. CYMBRU or BRU, Kimru Premier is what I've gone for. Bobby K knows the league well. It's coming with a 1-4 for Connors Quay. Right, 1-4. Pennybont 1, Connor's Key 4. Round Table Talk knows the league well, but it's coming with a 2-1, so a different one to Raider Bobby. Welsh says potato stew. Yeah, Kimru is Wales. That means you're nil 3-2. We've got a split of opinions here on which way the game's going to go, haven't we? Look at that. We've got scores for the home and scores for the away. You're joking. The game can't be postponed. Hold on. Right, where's it coming up as postponed? Because for me, it's saying it's a 2:30 kickoff still. Where does it say it's been postponed? I can't see where it's postponed because for me it says, afternoon has all games in Wales postponed due to storm. Right, okay, because all the games are still showing. Right, scratch this one. I'll scratch what results you've given me so far, and I'll just pick another one. All right. So bear me a second. Let me just delete all these. I'm just wondering whether my next league's going to be suspended as well. Then. Right. Oh my lord! I'd even pick the score and everything for that game. Right. Right. Pennies. Right. So I'm going to jump to my last game then. Right. And please tell me. I will get. I'll look for a new game in a second. Right. So the last game I had was Lochhall versus Larn. Lochhall or Lol. Lochhall. That's his Larn. Anyone in Ireland would be able to tell me whether I'm butchering the name. I know Larn. Lochhall versus Larn. Please tell me that this one hasn't been postponed as well. The ones in Ireland have been postponed. Peter Kagaiasis says, hi, it was 5:20 in Melbourne. This game is on. Right, so Lochhall versus Larn, please, people. Right, Lochhall versus Larn is definitely on. Right, so first person in was Roundtable Talk, and he went for 2-1. So 2-1 for Roundtable. Bobby Kate 3-2. Ed M is going for a 0-4. Colin Blackshaw 2-1. Lee Wiz is going for a 2 draw. My wife's home, so she's alive, and all I can hear is shouting now at my son. They don't do talking; they do shouting at each other. That's the way they communicate, these people nowadays. Neil's coming in with a 1-1 draw. The game is on. No need, whatever your name is. Nita 2-1. Nita is coming in with a 2-1. Lord Rodney says 0-0. Let me go down to Lord Rodney. Lord Rodney says 0-0. Lock Hall. Okay, it's called Lock Hall. Johnny Bethnal Green. I used to be good at Irish when I was younger. I used to be good at Irish, but I'm not no more. 1-2 says Carl Simpson. 1-2 says Carl Simpson. To be sure, to be sure. 0-2 says Big John. Big John. 0-2. Drula 2-9. Drula 2-9. Okay. Interesting scoreline. But I'll go with it. 2-9 for Drula. Whoopsie daisy. Drula's a 2-9. Spurs GCTV 0-2. Let me see where we can find Spurs GCTV at 0-2. Alan is 1-2. Alan is 1-2. Potato stew 3-2. The potato stew. Do you know what? I didn't even look for obscure games. I didn't go through Flash Score and places like this to find the games. I didn't look for nowhere obscure. I just looked normal BBC and I found them this week. I just thought, let's do that. And I picked games that we don't normally choose. But Drula's changed it to 2-0. Okay. I went with it. I thought I'll go with it. It's a 2-0 for Drula. Ronnie 0-1. So yeah, but even when I checked today, it still said it was being played. So that's why, when you started saying to me it's postponed, I was like, what? Doesn't say that. So obviously, Flash Score says BBC One hasn't updated it then. 1-2 for Adrian, 2-0 for Finn. So Mr. Rick Wood is at 2-0. Grant 3-0. Grant Packham 3-0. Tot Spurs at 2-1. Mikey R at 1-0. Mikey Romero at 1 apiece. Loch all 1-2 for Ryan. Vindaloo's going for a tool draw. Vindaloo 2-2. Where are we going after Vindaloo? We have gone down to Jimmy Hotspur at 0-2. Right, where's Jimmy? Because Jimmy's here at 0-2. Mike and Mira Storm will have passed Ireland by the time this game kicks off. 1-2 for David Clark as well. Mr. Clark. Do you know what? We've all become weather forecasters. God, we're superb at this. We've done well. Gus Parker 3-2. That's not Gus, is it? So where's Gus? Gus Parker 3-2. 3-2 to Gus. Rinketic at 1-1. Is that Rinketic? 1-1. Okay, so we have Rinketic on board. And then we have Daniel Coys at 0-2. Dan the man, Coys. Right, where's Dan Coys? He's up there. 0-2 for Dan. You're right, Jose. Julius, a slip of the finger. Could you maybe swap it with Burnley and Middlesbrough tonight, Jose? I'm not sure I'm going to do that, mate. But, right, let me just see who we're missing. I'm missing Kuva, unless you've put him in there. Kuva, Paul G. Kuva, Paul G. Side dancer. Kuva, Paul G. and side dancer. Kuva, Paul G. Side dancer. Let me go back up my list. Kuva, Paul G. Side dancer. Kuva, Paul G. Side dancer. Kuva, Paul G. and side dancer I'm missing. They're definitely not on the screen at the moment. Unless they're playing silly buggers with me. Not you, YouTube. Because some people are saying it's there. Side dancer's coming with 2-1. We've got one more left, Carl. Side dancer is coming with a 2-1. So it's just Paul G. Oops. It's Just Paul G. I'm waiting on. Right, Paul G. And Kua went 2-1 to Lan, did he? So that's 1-2. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Bunny. So it's Paul G that I'm missing. Right, now I'll have to have a quick butcher's hook. Yeah, YouTube's playing up because people said to me they left predictions last week in the comment section. They didn't come up. Right, so the game that I'm going to swap it for, I've been to that country already. Right, Sheriff, start with this game here, and then I've got to go back to the start for some other people. So put one in for this one, Sheriff, and then I'll go back for you as well. I'm already going back for 1, 2, 3 people, so you can be the fourth one. So enter the score for this though first, Sheriff. So Mark, if you're playing, enter one for this, and while you do that, I'm going to change up the banner for the game that I've got to cancel, which is Penny Bomb versus Connor Keys, is now cancelled, and I am going to go for right. I have a new game for everyone. Right, Mark, go on. Give us the score for this one, Mark, if you're playing. Lochal versus Larn. No, this is not a made-up name, mate. Come on. Lochal versus Larn. This is the bonus game, one of the bonus games. Give me this, and then I can go to the next bonus game, and then I can roll back for everybody. I can go back for Lord Rodney, for Roundtable Talk, for Bobby K, and for you, Mark, if you hurry up and give me this bloody score for Lochal versus Larn. 2-2, right, because Lochal versus Larn is in the Irish Premier. Right, the game that I'm going to reverse this back to, so the game that we're missing is now going to be between right, Auckland versus Wellington Phoenix in the Australian A-League. And it's being kicked. Jesse, I'll come back and I'll let you know, darling. You are missing quite a few, but I will come back and roll back to you, Jesse, as well. You're not a problem at all. So Auckland versus Wellington Phoenix. Kuva, you might have had this one. This one might have been your homework ones that you did earlier, mate. So that's a 2-1 for Roundtable Talk. Okay. 2-1 for Carl Simpson. 3-2's the Wiz. No, this is the A-League. Auckland versus Wellington Phoenix is the A-League. It's kicking off at 4 in the morning. What 0-1 for Finn? Finn, is that Finn? No, that's Finn's brother. Finn, you're in and done, mate. Yeah, you're in and done. You're cool. Jesse's coming with a 2-1. Got Jesse at 2-1. Who else we got? We got Johnny Bethnal Green at 2-all. Colin Blackshaw 1-3. Sorry, Gus Parker 1-0. Neil 1-3. Let me just get this done. Sorry, Gus, you're in. You're done. Neil 1-3. You're Neil 1-3. Yeah, it says potato. They gave me that one, then, weren't it? Potato stew is that one. Neil 1-3. Right, Neil, you're in. You're done. Edem 1-0. Did I put Edem's in? Edem 1. Edem, you're in. You're done. You've got all your fixtures in. You're done. Neil 1-3. You're done. Gus Parker, you're in. You're done. Tot Spurs 2-1. Tot Spurs, you're all done, mate. If you're leaving, just make sure you hit that like button on the way out. The Sheriff's gone for 2-0. Sheriff's gone for 2-0 in this game. Jesse's gone 2-1, which I've got. Lord Rodney Trotter says 8-0. Lord Rodney says 8-0. Big John says 1-2. Big John, you're done. You've got all yours in. Alan says 3-1, and then Alan, that'll make you square and done. You're in. Who else we got? Nita is going 1-0, and with Nita, that puts you in, Nita, and done. You've got your 13 done. Yep, you're in. Auckland 2, Wellington 0 for Ryan G. Ryan G, where's Ryan G? Ryan G, I have all yours. 2-0 for Ryan G. 1-3 for Drula. Drula, I have all yours. Daniel Coy's 2-1. Daniel Coy's. I went through Dan Coy's. 2-1. Dan, you're in. Potato stew. Did you not give me the first score? No, it was Lee Wiz that said 3-2. Oh, the Wiz. I've got the Wiz at 3-2. Where's the potato? Right, for some reason I've got the potato score already, but it's not right because the potato's just giving me score now. Potato says 2-1. Why have I got it 3-2 for the potato? Right, potato 2-1. The potato, you're in. Mr. Belcher, you can. I'm going back to the start for 4 people. So if you want to join now, you're more than welcome to do so because I am going back for 4 people. Graham 2-0. Graham, I have yours all in. Jimmy Hotspur 2-1. Jimmy, you're all done and in. Adrian 1-0. Adrian, you're done and in. Kuva had a 0-0 earlier for this game, and now Kuva's changed it to 1-0. David Clark is 4-1. David Clark, I have all yours. You are in, sir. Coach's Corner, Hanno has come back. I don't know what's going on. Hanno starting from here then. Coach's Corner, Hanno 1-0. So for Hanno, I'm going to have to roll back as well, which is not a problem. That makes 5 of you that I'm rolling back for. 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 6 of you because that includes Jesse. I've got to do some scores with as well. Queen Ellie, Auckland to lose 1-2. Queen Ellie, you're here. I'm going to redo it all again, Ellie. So don't worry. You can join from here as well. And I'll get you in. Let me just get you in. Ellie. Right. That's Ellie in as well. Postpone. Yeah, this is, Ryan. I'm doing this is replacing the postponed game. Grant Packham is at 1-2. Grant, mate, you are in. I've got you. 10-8, all right tonight. Grant, come and get me about 10-8. Side Dancer, 2-1, you're in. Right. Who else have we got? Ellie, you're now one of the 6 or 7. Rob Belcher starting from here, 2-0. Thank you, Rob. The numbers have gone up. Let me just add Rob to this list as well. So anyone joining now, I'll do it because we'll just roll it back. It's easy if I do you all at the same time. So I'm now rolling back for Jesse, Lord Rodney, Roundtable Talk, Bobby K, the Sheriff, Hanno, Ellie, Rob Belcher. So there's 8 of you so far that I'm going to roll back for. Is there anyone I'm missing here? Change mine for 0-0. I always get. So Kuba's going for a 0-0 now. Right. Kuba is 0-0. Ronnie says, I think you missed mine. I put 1-0. Right, Ronnie, I've got you at 1-0. So the people that I'm missing for this score are Paul G, but I've missed him for the last 2. Mikey Romero is missing. Rinketic is missing. And Vindaloo is missing. But without further ado, I'm going to roll back to the others. Right. So let's start. First game is Everton versus Liverpool. This is for Lord Rodney, Roundtable Talk, Bobby K, Mark Cousins, Hanno, Queen Ellie, Rob Belcher. What did you for the last game, Mikey? What did you give me, mate? Sorry, because you used to have a blue moniker, but now that you've changed your moniker, I can't see where you are. And I'm Rinketic. The Aussie is the best league in the world. Tells me about the Australian league, but didn't give me a result. 3-0, you said, Mikey. Okay, I've got you, Mikey. Mikey, you're in and done, mate. Thank you very much, Mikey. You are done. Just need to find you now. Bloody hell. Right, Mikey, I have you. You're sorted. You're done. Right, Rinketic is the one that just kept talking gaga about the Australian League, but didn't bloody put a score in there. Rob Belcher starts with you. So Rob Belcher is 0-1 for this game. And then I've got the Sheriff at 0-2. Mikey, I've got you, Mikey. Bobby K 0-3. Thanks, Heather. You're a trooper. 0-2 for Queen Ellie. Roundtable Talk 1-2. Lord Rodney 0-5. And now I'm just missing Hanno. Hanno is not. I don't even know where Hanno's here or not. I said I'll roll back for Hanno, but there we go. Thank you very much, Mikey. Take care of yourself, sir. Remember it. Thank you, Jose, for your own game, for your unrivaled devotion to predictions. No, you take care, Potato Stew. Everybody that said goodbye to me, take care. I'm moving on with the next game for these people. Aston Villa, Southampton, for the same people that I've mentioned. So that's Lord Rodney, Roundtable Talk, Bobby K, Mark Cousins, Hanno, Queen Ellie, Rob Belcher. Your game is Aston Villa, Southampton. Rob's coming at 3-1. Queen Ellie 3-1. Roundtable Talk 2-1. Lord Rodney 3-1. Bobby K 4-0. The Sheriff 3-0. Right, and I don't know where Hanno is, so we move on. Right, the next game is game number 3. And that is Brentford Newcastle for the same people at the moment that are playing. Jesse, you're going to come in when I'll call you in, Jesse, when it's your turn to come in, yeah? When we reach your game. Rob Belcher 2-1. Bobby K 2-2. Lord Rodney 0-3. Sheriff 1-0. Now we're just waiting on Ellie and Nick. Ellie and Nick, are we there? Hello, Ellie and Nick. Two, 1 for Nick. Just waiting on Ellie. Ellie, are you there? Brentford versus Newcastle, please, Ellie. The Martian's calling Ellie. Where are you, Ellie? Come on. Two, Ellie. Lovely jubbly. The next game for you same people is Crystal Palace versus Manchester City, please. Palace City. 1-2 for Rob. You've missed the last two. If you just let me do these, I'll tell you what the last two are. Bobby K has gone 1-3. Mr. Bobby, 1-3. And Paul G, give me a second. 1-3 for Mark Cousins. 1-2 for Nick. Lord Rodney's going for a 0-9. 0-9, Mr. Rodney. Rodney. Right. Okay. So I think I've got. So no, it's just Queen Ellie I'm waiting on. Ellie, Crystal Palace, Man City. Crystal Palace versus Man City, please. Ellie. Oi. 1-3. So just right. 1-3. Right. This is for Paul G. Right. So just for Paul G at the moment, I'm going to jump because then I can grab a couple of you. For Paul G, Auckland versus Wellington Phoenix. Auckland versus Wellington Phoenix. Paul G. Bobby, your eyes are squinting. Ellie's eyes are squinting rapidly. Got quick shutter speed at the moment on her eyeballs. Paul G. Auckland, Wellington Phoenix. 2-0. Right. So now that we have Paul G's score, there's a few of you that can do this next score for me. And I'll tell you who that is now. Right. So this one is for, just to include now, right, this one's for Paul G, for Jesse, for Hanno, Ellie, and Rob Belcher, right? Lochal versus Larn. So Paul G, Jesse, Ellie, and Rob Belcher. Just you four people. Give us the score for Lochal versus Larn. Lord Rodney, I've not finished. You've got one more to go, Lord Rodney. You've got one more to go, Lord Rodney. It was just makes it easier if I go back to this one first. 2-1 for Rob Belcher. 2-1 for Jesse. It's just I want to make sure that I get the people that are missing in as well. And that was Jesse was missing his score. So I might as well. And then your next one will be the last one. Auckland to lose 1-2. Ellie, you've done Auckland. I don't need Auckland, Ellie. I need this one. I'm coming to that one in a minute, Rodney. So, Ellie, all I need from you is this score. Lochal versus Larn. Right, Paul G's going 1-3. Ellie, Lochal versus Larne. Just play with. You've given me the Auckland score already earlier. I just need Lochal versus Larne. Johnny Bethnal Green has now changed his name to Save Our Spurs. Says later, geezers. Later, geezers. I'm off to terrorise Spurs channels for subs. Have a good one, everyone. Remember, even though you've changed your name, Johnny, if it's still the same, but you just had a name change, if you are banned or you've been timed out from any of these channels, you won't get in even with a new name. Just letting you know, so you're aware. Ellie, can you give me the score for Lochal versus Larne so I can push on? I need to go to the next game because I've got to give it to Lord Rodney, Bobby Kay, the Sheriff, you and Rob Belcher, but I need your score for Lochal versus Larne. Just give me the score. 1-2. Don't start writing the teams' names down. Just give me the score. Nice and easy. It's quicker. 1-3. Right, Ellie. So you're in at 1-3. Right. So this next game is for the people that I've just mentioned. It's for Rodney, Bobby, the Sheriff, Queen Ellie, and Rob Belcher. You're the ones next on this one, and that is Man United, Nottingham Forest, please. Oops, I better go back and have a look at it. Right. Crafty Cockney. 2-1 for Rob Belcher. 2-1 for Rob Belcher. Right. Lord Rodney, with this score, you're now done, mate. I've got all yours. Thank you very much, Lord Rodney. You are done. I've got all your scores. The Sheriff says 1-1. Oops. And then Bobby K has said 2-2. Right. The next score, I've got Queen Ellie to wait for again. Ellie, stop. Don't give me the names of the teams. Just give me the score as it reads. Like everyone else is doing. Just give me the score. Yeah? Because otherwise, keep typing things out. Everyone else is giving me a score and it's far quicker. So just give me the score. You don't have to write down the names of the teams. I know who they are. Man United come first, Forest come second. So whatever your first number in, that goes for Manchester, and whatever your second number, that goes for Forest. I can have this done in 3-1. She still hasn't learned. Just give me the score, Ellie. Right, this next score now works out for, right, Jesse. So now Jesse, Bobby K, Sheriff, Ellie, Rob Belcher. Right, your games are Fulham versus Arsenal, please, for you 5 people. Rob Belcher's going for a 2-2 draw. Right, so Rob Belcher's at 2-2. Jesse's at 1-3. Sheriff's at 1-2. You'll be a good girl. You're never a good girl. Right, where's Bobby K? Bobby K must be watching the same program as you, Ellie, because he's now gone on the missing list. Bobby K and Ellie watching the same program. I don't even know whether Grant's still here, but I asked Grant to pick me up, and I gave him a time, but I don't know whether he confirmed or not because I was lost in the chat. So Ellie's going for a 2-4. Right, so Bobby K is now the person that's missing, and I don't know where he's gone, but I'm going to move on. So for the people that Bobby's on Pornhub, he probably is. Right, Ipswich versus Bournemouth for Jesse, Sheriff, Ellie, and Rob. Bobby, your last score is 1-3. Okay, Bobby, you're done, mate. You're done. You're in. I've got all your scores. Cheers, Bobby. Take care, mate. Right. Rob Belcher has come in for a 1-1 draw for Ipswich Bournemouth. Jesse is on a 2-2 draw. And now the Sheriff has come in 1-2. And now we're waiting for her royalty again. Hello, royalty. Take care, Bobby, mate. Take care of yourself. Have a good one, mate. Have a good one. One, two for Ellie. Right. Next game for you 4 people is Leicester versus Brighton. Again, that's Jesse, Sheriff, the Queen, and Rob. Rob is coming in with a 2-1. I have Rob at 2-1. The Sheriff is at 0-2. Jesse 1-3. Jesse 1-3. And now we're waiting for... Guess who we're waiting for again? Yeah. The Queen. Shh. 1-3. It's at 1-3, 1-3 with the Queen. Right, the same 4 people again. Your next game is Tottenham versus Chelsea, please. Tottenham, Chelsea. Rob Belcher, 2-0. Sheriff, 0-7. Is that what you've done in your Predict the Prem as well, Sheriff? I doubt it. Because you can't type the word that you typed in after. 1-3 for Jesse. You're done. Nick, you're done. Same 4 people. West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham Wolves. 1-0 for Rob Belcher. Two one to Sheriff, 2-2 Jesse and Ellie. Last game. And then you're all caught up. This is the last one. FA Trophy match between Yeovil and Weymouth. Bobby K says, Jose, you might as well start next week's prediction show now at the rate that Eddie's giving her scores. It's when you start getting the microscopes out and all that, and the lenses and stuff like that. Rob Belcher, you are in, sir. I have all yours. Well done. Sheriff, I thought you might have liked this one, mate. When you weren't, Jess, you're all in, darling. You're sorted. You've got all your scores. Thank you very much, Jess. Sheriff, I picked this earlier and I thought, well, the Sheriff's not even live on the show. So I thought you might have liked it. 8-0 to Yeovil, says the Sheriff. Go on, the green and white army. Green and white army. And then, as per usual, Ellie. We're just waiting on Ellie again. Do you know these two? No worries, Jess. You take care of yourself. God bless you. I'll be sure to hit a like and or smash a like, should I say, on your show tonight that starts soon. Before I go to football is what I always do. 2-1 to Ellie. All right. So Jose's food channel. Jose, I've got to go and play football in an hour and what is it? An hour and 15 minutes we kick off, and I started eating my lunch just before the show started, and now 3 hours later I'm having to finish it off because otherwise I won't eat because it'd be too late to eat when I get home from football. Right, everybody, thank you very much for your participation today. The results show will be probably either Wednesday or Thursday of next week because I'm away with work. It's my last week with work before I go on leave, so I'm pretty tied up. And because there's a game on Monday night, I won't be able to do the scores on the results show on a Tuesday because I'm away with work, and I'm away Wednesday normally. So, all right, so just look out for the notification bell for when the show for the results is next week. But can I thank every single one of you for being here today and for taking part? And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. You got to be a subscriber to be commenting, so I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, but if you can hit the like button, it's really well appreciated. So as always, take care of yourselves, have a lovely weekend. I'm still going to say come on you Spurs, and I'm still going to say in the big Ange I trust. Take care everyone, see you later, bye.